Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you my tarot deck I did myself. If you are interested, I will post a link to the shop in the description box. This tarot deck is made on makeplayingcards.com, and I made a tin box for myself, and this is how the cover looks like. And the backs are like this. I want to do a video today to talk about my creation process. So probably this is not a straight walkthrough. I would probably do a few more videos with regard to that aspect. And okay, so now maybe we talk a bit more about what's the process behind this the making of this deck. Well, okay, so actually I did show a few. I like to draw, and I did show some of my art pieces on this channel. So Joanne from Sacred Space Japan and okay from Murasaki and Co. Both of them commented on my drawing, and so Joanne, I cannot remember who, but they encouraged me to do a tarot deck of my own. However, I didn't take out on their offer, but I have a few friends who are pretty artistic as well, so I went to one of their house to do a kind of like an art jam. So while I was there thinking about what should I draw, my hands just flow on their own, and this picture came out. I first did a line art drawing, just a plain pencil, and then because I have no idea what to do next, like another picture to draw, I don't have an inspiration. So what I did was I just take out my black pen and just color it out. So if you all look at this picture, maybe you all have an idea of what tarot card this is. A woman, a lion, although this is the stone lion you can find in a Chinese temple, and also Asian temples maybe. So this is the strength card. So after I did that, I was like, whoa, okay, maybe I should really continue with the whole deck. And if you look at this side is what I usually do at the start of a drawing. I will just sketch out what I want to draw, and I will write some words to remind myself what I need to draw or what theme should I adhere to. And if you see, the date here is 1st of September 2018. When this drawing was out, it was actually a few months after the comments on doing my own tarot deck. So why not start right now? So I did start. So maybe I will show you what side by side. When I did this drawing, you will have seen that it's black and white. So initially my deck was supposed to be a black and white deck, but I like colors too much. When I was trying to fit the cards into the template given by makeplayingcards.com, I was like, I need to color it, so the whole deck became colored. So after starting with this strength card, I start to think more seriously on doing a tarot deck. And because September, the next month is October, and in the artists, many artists, they know that there's this event called Inktober in the month of October, and I have been religiously following, completing the Inktober challenges every October for maybe 3 years. The team or the account that I follow is actually Drawtober, and I will link the account in the description box as well. So what differs, how Drawtober differs from Inktober is that although they are the challenge is basically the same, whereby we are all given a prompt for every day, and then we have to draw something. The prompts for Drawtober are a bit more horror based theme, which is why I decide to follow them in the first place. I like to challenge myself to draw horror stuff because I'm just a bit more a darker person. So since next month was Drawtober or Inktober, I decide to use all the prompts that were in 2018's Inktober to do at least 30 cards. So let me show you some of the, let me have a look. Okay, so I decide to use Drawtober's 2018 prompts to do my art pieces, and I can show you a few pages from my sketchbook. You can see that I am not using any professional sketchbook. It's a free sketchbook that I was given, and if it has a page that's empty, I will just use it. I don't buy a professional sketchbook because I don't trust myself to use them religiously enough, and since these kinds of notebooks are just rotting away in my drawers, why not just use it and don't throw anything away? And yeah, perhaps you all will be saying, what is this here? So maybe it's also good to talk about the style of art that I draw and why I put off drawing a tarot deck for the longest time. Probably people will call people such as I a weebo, because I love Japanese anime a lot. I just find that term a bit demeaning because I am very, very selective on the genres and the shows that I watch. And for this book, this is an art book. I did watch the anime by series Helga Jikogu Shoujo, but I didn't like it that much. However, I love the art book. I do collect some art book to look at artwork, and so I love this drawing, for example. Okay, so this is just for you to see what kind of art style I love. I love a bit surreal, a bit detailed artwork. And why I put off drawing a tarot deck for the longest time is because my art style is really pretty anime-ish, and I know that not many people like it a lot. Even when I was drawing very similar style in my schooling years, I was told by the teacher to not do this kind of style because it's not realistic. Yep. So I do have a lot of reservations about drawing a tarot deck in my own style, but then I finally decide to just go on ahead with it because it's, you know, if even I'm not going to sell in the first place, although now I am. If nobody likes my deck, at least I love it, you know, so I went on with it. So now back to the process pages. So this is, you can see the date here, 11 October 2018. The prompt here is haunted toy box or something like that. I didn't really write down the prompt. So there will be a haunted toy box or music box later, and this is how I do the sketch up my ideas. When I look at this, I was also looking at some Japanese music videos of one of my favorite Japan band. So in the fashion style of the band is a bit they wear traditional clothes but they do rock music. So there's an element of I do like that sort of element, so I decided to put this into my art. And I want to draw a mask of a kind. Yep, so I draw what the person wore, one member wore in his music video, and I look out on how masks are drawn, and it became this. So a feather and a sword. So if you all know your stuff, you are right that this is the adjustment or justice card. So maybe let me flip through a few more. See, cause I never thought so much about adhering to my, I don't have a fixed sketchbook, so the sizes are different, and that did affect the process at the end when I was editing the cards for printing. So yep, the same thing, there will be a sketch and then I draw. So for example, this prompt will be the green smile ripple, and I think of a church grim, and I like the what you call that a steampunk or cyberpunk element to it. That's why I draw something like that. Let me find my card so that I can show you how it looks like at the end. Yep, so this is the Knight of Wands. Yep, so these are almost all the Inktober drawings that I have. I did exclusively for that year, and after that I start to look around for inspirations so that I can continue on with the whole project. So when I will go through with the flip through in another video probably, because this prototype is a bit there were some measurements which were off. So let me show you an example of the project after that. So this is the Emperor. And what makes me very happy was that when I did this in a cafe, and a boy saw me drawing and he drew something for me. Yeah. I love this a lot. Cute. Yeah. So this is again you will see that the paper actually warped because I used the wrong kind of sketchbook, and I used the wrong kind of the paper is just wrong. Okay, so after I finished with the Inktober drawings, that's what I did. But then I also look back at the years before I actually decide to do a tarot deck, and I flipped through my previous Inktober drawings, such as this. This is called this is even worse. It's encroaching to my art piece. So I look back through my drawings and I look for a few pictures that I really love a lot, and I want to put them in my deck too. So this is in 2017, Drawtober Inktober prompt Nightmare Horse. So I drew this, and guess what? I chose it to be the star. And yeah, let me see if I can find that picture, but I have one that I love a lot because it's very it's something that I want to draw for a long time. Okay, I cannot find it, so I'll probably just show you the ending result. It's the same year, 2017, before I want to do a deck. So this is the tower. So now I show you some of the processes behind my creation of the deck. I would also show you, my mistakes. So just now I was talking about the deck not being of the sketchbook not being of a fixed size. So it did create a lot of problem during the editing of the deck. And so like I tried to use things to cover it, so the border didn't turn out to be very well fine. You see things like this. So I have in the version that I'm going to put up in the Make Playing Cards marketplace, I did a few additions, edits